students, I think you all are enjoying these lockdown days. By this time, we should not waste our precious opportunity of studying. So here we are going to start this video. I with you, Dr. Shalu Mudgal, going to deliver lecture on geography. Topic: water body.
Let's start. Children, we all know how important water is to us. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. This water is distributed throughout the planet in various forms and shapes called various water bodies. These water bodies differ in size right from huge ones like ponds, lakes, rivers, etc. Thus, various water bodies we can see on Earth's surface are in the form of oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, and ponds. So, on this screen, the topics we have to cover on ocean, seas, rivers, lakes, and ponds. So, now coming to the point, oceans. I want to give the brief summary on oceans. An ocean is the major body of saline water and constitutes a principal component of the hydrosphere. Oceans covers about 70% of the surface area of the earth. See, it covers almost 3/4 of the world. It's very big, deep, and we can find lot of kinds of species like aquatic animals such as sharks, whales, and dolphins in it. Now coming to our next slide. Seas. Seas is a part of an ocean that is nearly surrounded by water. The Mediterranean, Arctic, Black Sea are really part of the Atlantic Ocean. Seas are also big water bodies, but are definitely smaller than oceans. Children, they are partly enclosed by a land mass and open into the ocean. Some of the seas are like Red Sea are there, Black Sea, Arabian Sea, Caribbean Sea. And many species we found here in the depth of the oceans. So, coming to our next slide, that is on river. River flows down a designated course, usually flows into a lake or ocean. Salmon, trout, eels, and crab all in a river. We'll go into the detail afterwards. Coming to lakes, smaller than an ocean. See, here is a picture before you. It is surrounded by land with fresh water. The bass lives in lakes. This is a smaller than lake, usually man-made. Goldfish and coral live in ponds. Now children, we are taking the most important part of this chapter, oceans. Here is the map before you. Now we go into the detail. There are four main oceans, that is Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Arctic. Now we first go into our Pacific Ocean. See the map here? This is Pacific Ocean. This is the largest and the deepest of all the five oceans, roughly triangular in shape. The Pacific Ocean contains many islands which are volcanic in origin. These are some specific points about Pacific Oceans. Pacific Ocean has approximately 1/3 of the Earth's surface. It is larger than Earth's entire landmass and also the deepest of all the oceans. There are more than 25,000 islands in the Pacific Ocean. The Great Barrier Reef in Pacific Ocean is the longest reef in the world. Children, here I want to define the meaning of Pacific. Pacific means calm or peaceful. Most of the islands in these oceans are of volcanic origin. Here, deepest trench in the world is the Mariana Trench, which is located at the depth under the sea. It is the shorter coastline. That is why commercially it is not significant. Now coming to our next map of ocean, that is Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic means Sea of Atlas. The black portion here is an ash-shaped. See the ash-shaped here. It is narrowing. It is also narrow in shape. Its feature now. As I already discussed, the second largest ocean in the world and is the youngest ocean. It is formed during the Jurassic period. It is one of the busiest sea routes in the western and eastern hemisphere. In ancient time, Plato also described Atlantic as Atlantis. Equator subdivides it into North Atlantic and South Atlantic Ocean. And the fact I want to reveal in this, as you all know children, Titanic sank in Atlantic Ocean in 1912 after being hit by an iceberg on her maiden voyage to America. Now coming to Indian Ocean is the third largest ocean in the world. See, its borders are Asia, Africa, Australia and Southern Ocean. Coming to its features, again, the world's only enclosed ocean due to its being landlocked to its north by the continent of Asia. It's about half the size of the Pacific Ocean. One fact I want to tell you, children, it is getting 20 centimeter wider every year. The second fact is it is named for the river Indus and ancient India on its north shore. And coming to the last ocean, that is Arctic Ocean. See here, is the world's smallest ocean. Arctic ice is decreasing because of the increasing temperature of the ocean water due to global warming. These are the features of Arctic Ocean. It's the smallest and shallowest, coldest of all the oceans. North Pole is situated in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. There is no land on at the North Pole. It is a floating raft of ice, once called the frozen ocean. Ocean is roughly 8% of the size of the Pacific Ocean. During winter, the Arctic Ocean is almost completely covered in sea ice. Now we are coming to sea. Here I want to distinguish before you what is the difference between sea and ocean. See the picture here? This is sea and this is ocean. Sea versus ocean. A sea is the smaller part of an ocean and is typically partially contained by an area of land. Therefore, all seas are found in areas where the oceans and land meet. Now, coming to different types of seas. First, here is the Caribbean Sea. Caribbean Sea, sub-oceanic basin of the Western Atlantic Ocean. A sea is a smaller part of an ocean and is typically partially contained by an area of land. See the picture here also, it is given. Therefore, all seas are found in areas where the ocean and land meet, is characterized by its rich oxygen content and by a salinity of slightly less than 35 parts per thousand. We can say sea is a large body of salt water. The term Caribbean comes from an indigenous Carib people who lived on the islands before the age of discovery. Nowadays, Caribbean are increasingly threatened by unsustainable development, pollution, overfishing, and climate change. Now coming to Red Sea. Here is a picture of Red Sea. Red Sea is a sea water inlet of the Indian Ocean lying between Africa and Asia. It is entirely made up of salt water. No natural rivers infuse it with fresh water, making it one of the most saline bodies of water in the world. It was named for the changing color of its water. Normally, the water is blue green. Sometimes, though, red algae turn the water reddish brown. So, here the feature of Red Sea. Red Sea contains some of the world's hottest and saltiest seawater, as I've already told you. With its connection to the Mediterranean Sea via Suez Canal, it is one of the most heavily traveled waterways in the world, carrying maritime traffic between Europe and Asia. Coming to next slide, Bering Sea. The Bering Sea is the northernmost part of the Pacific Ocean. See here. The fact about Bering Sea is that it is the world's most productive fishing grounds, producing huge quantities of king crab. So, here the feature. It is a marginal sea of the Pacific Ocean. It has a deep water basin, marginal sea of the Pacific Ocean, and a deep water basin. It covers 2 million square kilometers, bordered on the east and northeast. Some of the largest fisheries in the US occur in the eastern Bering Sea. So coming to the next sea, which is called as Black Sea. It is roughly oval shaped Black Sea. It's oval in shape. See the oval shape here. It occupies a large basin strategically situated at the northeastern extremity of Europe, but connected to the distant waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The coastline of the Black Sea is only mildly indented except for the northwestern and northern shores. So, several great rivers like Don Bay, Don, etc., drains into it. It is an important transportation artery of Eastern European countries also. Coming to our next slide, that is on Aral Sea. See the Aral Sea picture here in front of you, the dark blue in color. This is shallow Aral Sea, the world's fourth largest body of inland water. The remnants of its nestle in the climatically inhospitable heart of the Central Asia. Aral area is characterized by a desert continental climate that features wide ranging diurnal air temperatures, cold winters, hot summer, and sparse rainfall. Children, a quarter of a century ago, the Aral Sea was a big lake. However, as irrigation needs have forced farmers to drain more and more water from the rivers feeding the Aral, its volume has decreased by more than two-thirds in the last 25 years. Where fish once swam, camels now wander over the floor of the sea. If present trends continue like this, the Aral Sea will cease to exist. This fact I want to let you know. Now coming to Arabian Sea. See the location of Arabian Sea here. Northwestern part of the Indian Ocean. Here is the Indian Ocean, this is the northwestern part. Political units bordering the sea, in addition to India, Iran, and Pakistan, and also consists of some main islands of India like Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. To medieval Arabs, the Arabian Sea was known as the Sea of India as a part of the Great Suez Canal. Red Sea route is usually mainly by the general cargo vessels on their way to ports in South, Southeast, and East Asia. It is used mainly by general cargo vessels. So it is economically very important due to the presence of huge oil fields of Arabia. Mumbai High, India's major oil field, is located in the Arabian Sea. The Indus River, one of the most important river of Pakistan and India, flows into it. It has long been an important trade route between India and West. Dead Sea. See the beautiful picture of Dead Sea here. Is the lowest point on earth at 430.5 meters below the sea level. See the location. It is located in the Jordan Rift Valley, bordered by Israel to the east. It is hyper salty, it's very salty, and mineral rich mud are known for their many health benefits. Dead Sea is famously known for being one of the saltiest bodies of the water in the world. Dead Sea's earliest known name is recorded in the Hebrew scriptures, where it is referred to as the Salt Sea. The Dead Sea is the second saltiest water, as you know. The salt content is of 33% as compared to 2 or 3% of the other sea around the world. Now we conclude this portion in my next video, that is rivers.